if it wants to start yet. Hi guys, welcome to Open the Vaults. It's Manny here, and I'm here with the Grand Slam champion, Mike Porter.
Right.
Probably one of the loveliest guys in 40k, right?
I like to think so.
Yeah,
I like to think so.
I don't think anyone's ever had like a bad game against you.
Patrick champion, yeah, maybe.
But but other than that, yeah. So Mike has lovely games against everyone. But what were you using, Mike? What was your faction?
Okay, so I decided to challenge myself this weekend. I wanted to play an underused faction and really prove that people. It's all about skill. It's not about the list. It's not about the codex that you use. So I brought the Imperial Fists this week.
Oh yeah, because they're like really like underpowered at the moment, aren't they? Like...
Absolutely terrible, mate. Absolutely terrible.
So he was on Marines. So he bought Marines. But I mean, how crazy is it going into that final round? 9 out of the top 10 were Marines.
Yeah, it is. It's completely
crazy,
bonkers,
isn't it?
It's completely bonkers. And you kind of think you expect to see certain players at the top because it doesn't matter what list they use. But it was very much a case of there were some new players up at those top tables, and it was because Space Marines are so good.
Yeah, that's it, man. Because so in the final game, and I played against an Iron Hands player who thought he knew what my list did, but he really didn't. And when I redeployed and stuff, and he hadn't deployed correctly, I killed like almost 1,000 points turn 1 with my army. And I was like, but at that level it kind of shows that Marines are carrying people to the top tables as well at the same time, do you know what I mean? So I don't know, man. It's like,
I mean, you look at, there's some really good players this weekend who've lost games that they shouldn't really have lost, but it's because of what they were, the list they were playing against rather than what they did in the game. And it's almost got to the stage now where, not being too negative, but it's literally, if you go second against this list, you can't.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I've taken the Raven Guard over what everyone else takes, because people are taking these Imperial Fist gun lines, but it's Imperial. When you get to that Imperial Fist on Imperial Fist, it's like whoever goes first is winning the game.
Exactly, yeah.
But my list, for example, Simon Prittis seized on me at Blood and Glory, but because I have the redeploy, and then I can advance my other 3 Centurion units behind walls and stuff before the game starts. He didn't kill any of the Centurions turn 1. He killed my artillery, but then I jumped back out and killed like 4 planes in a turn or something. And then the game's back on again. So the Raven Guard have got options going second and stuff like that. But I think other armies it is a who goes first type thing, isn't it?
And you can kind of blame the codex, you can blame the state of the game for that. But I think people have to go back to list building and thinking, right, I'm going second against Space Marines for 5 games. How do I still stay in the game? And if you've not got a list that does that, you're not.
You're just not.
And it's hard. I mean, your list was brilliant. You've got your. If you do go second, you can mitigate it, like you say, with the redeploy. My list, I've got 50 Primaris Marines to get through. So no matter what happens that first turn, unless I deploy stupidly, I'm still in that game. So the games that I've gone second against this weekend, are real alpha strike lists I've played second against, but I've been able to mitigate that because I survive. And when I go first, it's in my favour. But it's that ability to, those 1, 2, 3 games of the weekend that you don't go first. It's not a foregone conclusion.
So what was in your list, bro?
Okay, so I started my list with, I looked at the wonderful world champion James Ramsey's list, and he had about 60 Primaris Marines and then some other intercessors and a few other things. So I based my list around that and then tweaked it so that I could go second, I could beat other Marine lists. So I started with 50 intercessor Space Marines over 2 battalions. I had the supporting characters for the reroll hits, 3-roll wounds, a chaplain for the extra move and advance, and then I had 5 Centurion Devastators with heavy bolters, a couple of Thunderfires as well. It was split
like
over.
a proper all-round list.
It was tough. It was hard to kill no matter what you come up against. It's hard to kill against. It's got loads of CPs because. It's one thing with Space Marines, it's, you need your CPs to do your tricks. So I had 13 CPs to start off with, plus my D3 from the Warlord trait. and I gave all of my intercessors the Stalker bolt rifles, and each intercessor squad had a Thunderhammer in it as well, which is it's kind of different to most of the lists that it comes against. So that was the core list. 50 intercessors with Thunderhammers and Stalker bolt rifles. That was the core, and then I had a few little sprinkling other bits just to
on top of it.
Yeah, just to deal with certain matchups. So I had the Infiltrators and the Phobos Captain in case I played Orcs or Gene Sealer Cults to screen them out. And then the Thunderfire Cannons, again, just so they could sit behind and cover in a mirror match, try and kill their, if I played Raven Guard, the Imperial Fist ones should beat the Raven Guard or the other Space Marine matchups, because they kill Thunderfire a lot easier. So 2 of those in there just in case for that, but also to slow down other things. So yeah, that was the list.
So, these Alpha Strike armies, how much better would you have done in the Alpha Strike army matchups where the Alpha Strike armies went first against you if you had a banner in that list?
Oh, mate, yeah. Yeah, exactly, yeah. So very much, I took this list without, I didn't do a great deal of playtesting with it. I kind of took a concept, like I mentioned, plugged that in. But yeah, I played against a mirror match kind of thing with my last game, and he had the banner, and I was like, yeah, I'll wait for you to come out, and I shoot you, and I win. But then you've got the banner, so they all shoot me back. Yeah. So if I had the banner in my list, you've got to get
That's
it.
That's it, right?
You've got to get in there.
Like all the lists, because you're saying you went second, and it was against massive alphas, and you still won the games. Now imagine if whatever they killed, half of that shot back before you took it off.
Yeah, so
no one would have stood a chance, right?
Exactly. So I played against lovely Gaz Jones, who had this great little Eldar list. I was going second, and there's nothing I could have done to hide from it. And he killed like loads and loads of stuff, and I managed to somehow, claw my way back into the game. If I had the banner in that matchup, literally. Right, okay, he's killing stuff for me.
I'm heading off. So.
No worries, bro.
Nice to see you again.
Care, man.
See you later, mate.
Look after yourself, man. So the banner just literally makes what is a great list even.
Yeah, silly guys, absolutely silly. Aidan said something a minute ago. What did he say? Let me guess, he won with Space Marines. Please tell me it wasn't Iron Hand Fly Spam. Oh, you'd be happy to know it wasn't Iron Hand Fly Spam. It was Imperial Fist. So, out your games, which one was the hardest one?
The game against Gaz Jones and his Eldar list. Going second against that.
He killed so much.
But his whole list, he had the Master Artisans equivalent.
Yeah.
He had 9 of those vibro cannons. He had loads of missile launchers.
3 Wraith Lords, all the missiles.
3 War Walkers, and then he also had the little guy.
The Falcons as well.
Falcons.
They were just.
It was good for me because it's vehicle based, which you think, oh yeah, sound Imperial Fist beat vehicles. But because he put so much firepower out and he had the ignore cover trait or chapter attack or whatever they do, it was brutal. And it was only because I made a few good saves against my Centurion units that I was able to hang into that one. So that definitely was the one I was worried about the most.
So the banner would help hugely in that game.
Oh, yeah.
And are there any other changes that you'd make to your list then?
So looking at the new stuff that's come out with the new characters, the Super Apothecary, the Super Chaplain.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So Space Marine just got even better.
I mean, the Apothecary is like a maybe take.
Possibly.
But the banner, the new banner is like a must take, right? If it is the way that people have heard. So apparently it's a 9-inch range like the Relic banner, but when you shoot, you hit on a ballistic skill 2+ as you're dying.
That's crazy.
It makes you better at shooting as you're dying than you're already shooting at normally. And then you've got the Chaplain.
Yeah.
So the Chaplain could be a must, right? Because he can give you like your Centurion blob, for example, +1 to hit and wound.
Yeah. So I have a Chaplain in my list at the moment, but I take the +2 to charge, and then the 6 inches consolidate and piling, which was amazing.
So you could have that and like +1 to wound on your Centurion.
And +1 to wound.
And it works for the battle round. So as they're dying, they'll be hitting on 2s.
Yeah.
And +1 to wound against the closest target. It's
well?
Just shooting,
okay.
But it's against the closest target as well. But like when they're dying, you want to be like Hurricane Bolter in the closest target.
Yeah.
Anyway, to make sure it's like the heavy bolter in, and so.
So it's a shame because Space Marine is just getting better.
Yeah.
It looks like. So yeah. So looking forward, I definitely go back to the list. I want to keep the core of 50 dudes, because it's really important.
Yeah.
But then I'd probably take out maybe one of the Devastated Centurions, maybe the Eliminators, and then put in these new super duper characters.
Yeah.
Because I've got enough CP to play with. So yeah, definitely two of them.
Okay, awesome. And have you had a good event? Have you had a good event?
Always is. Always is.
Yeah.
On the games.
It's always good fun, isn't it? It's just it's annoying that there's just Marines everywhere, right? So, how many of your games were Marines on Marines? Just the final.
Yeah, so I didn't really win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you're so lucky that you only played one
mate.
mirror matchup as well,
Yeah,
because they're a little bit boring.
I totally agree.
So
Yeah,
I played.
totally agree.
So I played Harrison,
Yeah, easy match.
and I played Harrison. I've just played Mike, and I've played Boxy, and all three of them were Marines.
Yeah.
And
That's
I'm
brutal.
trying to think. Oh, and I played Liam with his Crimson Fists.
Right.
So I played 4 Marine games, and then first game was against Tyranids, and my next 4 games were all Marines.
Wow. Okay, well, Tyrann's kind of upset.
Just insane. Sad.
Yeah, so good players and good lists
Yeah.
as well. So.
However, my game with Boxy was really interesting,
It looked good. I was on the table next to
and
you.
my game with Alex, I won by 1 point. Battle round 6, 1 point.
Yes.
So mine and Alex's game was probably my favourite one of the weekend.
Yeah.
It was the closest game,
looked
and
it,
that was
man.
actually really fun.
And you went first, so you kind of think, oh, whoever goes first in that matchup wins.
But it's not,
However,
man.
no, it's not. No, definitely not. Because it's hard to do enough damage to Space Marines from your list. No.
Yeah. But because we got pointy Dawn of War, he has to put 3 planes on one corner, 3 planes on the other corner.
Yeah.
But then nothing can avoid Grav turn 1.
No.
None of the planes can stop
No, no.
Grav hitting them turn 1.
No.
So I just put my Grav on the side with the 3 Hawks, and they killed all 3 Hawks.
Yeah, they're
So
the big
I was
ones, aren't they?
Yeah. So, but then I lost all of the Devastated Centurions in return, and I was like, okay. So, and then
It's a bad trade, isn't it?
and then I lost my Chapter Master, which was huge.
How did
turn
I?
1. So, all of the Grav Sense died, and then the one Thunderfire that I shot all of my Thunderfires at survived on 1 wound, and double fired to kill my Chapter Master after all the Grav Sense died, and I was like,
Yeah, that's
and then my
massive.
Assault Sense came down with no rerolls and still killed 2.5 planes. So that put me straight back in it.
Yeah.
And I was like, if I had rerolls though, I would have killed all 3 of the other planes, and then it would have been like
Yeah,
a
that
bit more.
sounds brilliant.
But because I went first, but then Alex's first turn was really good, and I lost all my rerolls. It made it a very interesting.
Yeah, that chapter master's crucial, isn't it?
Yeah, very, very interesting. It was absolutely awesome.
Yeah,
No,
good,
but
mate.
thank you very much for coming on, bro.
Yeah, no,
and
no,
congratulations, bro, on smashing
Cheers,
the
yeah.
event. Really
Thanks.
good. To be fair, when I saw that you and Nick were playing on table 1, I was like, either want Mike to win the event,
Yeah.
because I love you, or I want Nick to win because he's had a really tough run this weekend.
Yeah.
He played Higginbottom, and he played Chewy. So he went through all these players, and then he played you in the final, and I was like, he's had a solid run, and I was like, I hope one of you two win.
His dice, man, oh, he's so unlucky. So unlucky. I got so lucky, he was so unlucky, so good game, mate.
Yeah, and I absolutely hate it. Like, one of the things I hate the most when you go to a tournament that's 5 rounds is if you win on table 1 but the person who wins on table 2 jumps you.
Yeah.
I don't think that's right, man.
No.
So I was hoping that it was one of you on table 1, but you were ahead of those guys by about 6 or 7 points,
Yeah, I did,
and you got
yeah.
38.
And their game was really tight, so it should be.
Oh yeah, they got 28. It was 28-24 on the next table, guys.
Oh, sound.
So they can't catch you. So Mike has definitely won the event. But in second place we have Marines, and in third place we have Marines, and in fourth and fifth and sixth place we have Marines.
Who'd have thought, man?
So
Yeah.
it's just like a Marine whitewash, man.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
something needs to be done, man. And I don't know whether it's true, but I've heard from like 2 different people that the day chapter approved comes out, the next day there will be like an emergency FAQ. Yeah. Like the day after chapter approved, there'll be like an emergency FAQ, which is just like Nerfs Marines.
It's crazy.
Which I think it's needed, right? Because
Yeah, I mean, if you look at before that, I mean, the Marine Codex itself, I don't think it's too bad, but before that did come out, you were getting Orcs winning events, Tau winning events,
Eldar winning events.
Eldar, Imperial Soup, Chaos Soup. You had so many lists that
were good,
and
man.
the game was in a brilliant place. Space Marines come out, and the Space Marine Codex itself is okay. It's those supplements, man, those extra rules for no penalty.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's the supplements, and what each faction does, and their bonuses, and all that kind of stuff is just insane.
I mean, you look at the worst the game's ever been as far as monotony goes. You know, you look at when Ynnari were Ynnari, they weren't doing what Space Marines were doing now. They were never ever.
No, you didn't have like the top 10 at a tournament, and only one of them's not.
And there was ways of playing against Ynnari. You know, you could build a list to play against Ynnari that wasn't Ynnari.
I mean, there were still Death Stars and stuff that were good against Ynnari and stuff. So
yeah.
There were like there were at least 2 or 3 different builds that were winning.
What's that?
Ash said he'd let you whip.
Cheers, Ash. 4+.
But yeah, man, it's just like even they weren't doing it back then. They weren't like,
and they were the boogeyman, weren't they? So they got nerfed pretty quickly. And with been able to do it twice.
Marines are just getting more buffs apparently.
GW do the same with Marines. If not, get rid of supplements. Just don't allow supplements.
Yeah, man, because like at least with like if they
let him win, get back up.
I mean, like regular nerfs that would be okay. Sort of like Thunderfire's taking a hike to like 120 points. They'd still be brilliant at like 120 points, but or BS3.
Something.
BS3 that would hurt them.
Or just as a core mechanic, just as a quick fix, get rid of supplements. Don't let them, because it's a shame. I like seeing a varied meta. I like seeing good players doing well because they play the game. And I think at the moment it's more it's your list. If you've got a good list, go first.
Because there are players up there. There are players up there that have got to those tables purely because like the list has helped them through type thing, and you can see it between like I don't know. You can see it between the people who are normally up there and the people who are up there now. Yeah. Right. So. Not to take anything away from those players, but I'm saying Marines are just that good.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Yeah.
Marines are just that good.
Yeah, they are. They're too good. Hopefully GW will fix it because they fix everything else. It might have taken a while to do it, but they are
getting on it now. Yeah. Because Ynnari was a thing for years, I want to say.
No, don't say that.
It was more than a year, right?
It was a good while,
but in 8th, there's not been anything that's been that high for that long.
No, I mean, Knight's had the time in the sun. Everything's had its time in the sun, hasn't it? But it's been short-lived. Yeah. And you've always been able to think.
Except for Eldar Plains.
Yeah.
Eldar Plains has still been amazing.
To be fair,
Chu absolutely repping it for non-Marine players. He was still using his Eldar plane list, and him and Harrison played in their last game, and it was a first turn game. Harrison went first, so I think he's come third. But if Chewie went first, I think he would have come third.
Yeah, so there's options out there, but again, the game shouldn't be, if you go first, you've got a chance. It should be, okay, I can go second, there's still a chance, or whatever.
So I've heard, in chapter approved, and if this happens, I think the game would be in a much better state. So I've heard that the person who goes second gets to choose which deployment map you're playing on out of the 6 deployments.
Okay, that's big.
It's huge. Because you just look at the board and picks their side.
Right, okay.
So you just look at the board and go, that's the only one with an L piece, like in the deployment zone.
Yeah.
So we're playing Hammer and Anvil, and I'm having this side.
Yeah. So if you go first, you have to do so much damage to be in the game.
Otherwise, to win, right, instantly. But otherwise, the person going second is in the game.
Exactly. Yeah, which is what the game needs. You shouldn't be.
So it does need some sort of mechanic like that, right? I mean, as soon as I heard that, I was like, actually, that would make for really, really good games.
Yeah. Mate, you should write the rules.
but yeah, I think that would be awesome. But yeah, congratulations, bro.
Yeah, awesome.
Made up for you that you absolutely smashed it. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys. I will catch you on Tuesday or Wednesday for the weekly mashup if you're an elite member, and if you're not, become one. See you later, guys. Take care.
Yeah, that's bye.